to the show. Now, when you think of U2, you may think of Bono, but in fact, it was Larry who started the band by posting a little band wanted bulletin at school when he was a kid. Now, fast forward a few years, and they were offered a huge record deal by a label who said, you get this on the condition that you get rid of your drummer. Well, what the label didn't understand at the time is that U2 is greater than the sum of its parts.
We're very hard on what we do, and we're hard on each other. We create in an atmosphere that's quite tense and unforgiving. And, you know, it's kind of going back to what I said earlier on, there's a deep dissatisfaction with what we do and how we do it. We're always trying to get it better.
Beautiful part.
I do things on my own, do political stuff, various things. People always give me, you know, great reception wherever I go. But it's not the same as walking out on stage with U2. It's an amazing feeling. When the four of us walk out on stage, everyone in the building, their hair stands up on end. I don't know why. And maybe it's something to do with what Larry was saying there about sticking together. Because whether it's a marriage, relationship, business relationship, being mates, family, nobody sticks together. It's like, you know, everything, it seems that the whole just thing in this world is just to pull relationships apart. And we are a symbol of that not happening with us.
It's a bit like the priesthood or the mob. You know, you can check in, but you can never leave, you know?
Some people say being in a band's like being in a street gang, that you should grow out of it. But actually, as I look around and I see people as they get older in their life, ridding the room of argument, you know? So they're just left with a small group of friends, family who agree with them. I feel sorry for them, because friction makes you sharper, keeps you more awake, and stops the rot of thinking that everything that you do is great. Though in our case, it obviously is.
This is the Virgin Prunes, and this is Gavin Friday, singer, actor, art punk provocateur, and lifelong friend to Bono. Both their bands formed around the same time in the late 70s, and they played together a lot. The years passed, and the Prunes broke up in '86, while U2 went on to previously unfathomable heights. But Bono and Gavin remained close friends. We hooked up with Gavin Friday for a little tour of the old Dublin stomping grounds.
When we first saw Ballymun, we thought like Manhattan had arrived, and this is fantastic. And then suddenly, Manhattan turned into hell. This is for Canada. Say hello, Canada. Say hello, Canada.
Hi.
Ah, he's too shy, are you? Are you?
Bono, you're not Bono.
I'm not Bono. Do I look like Bono? I'm not Bono. Do I look like Bono?
Who are you?
Gavin Friday. Did you ever hear me?
No.
I'm cooler than Bono. Ballymun became very much something that we loved, but something that we were fighting against.
Do you think that being from Ballymun shaped the people that you are today?
Yes. I think being from Ballymun did one thing. It made us really tough. It was tough in the 70s, late 70s when we were all forming. It was very tough. We'd get the shit beat out of us for work when we looked a certain way, and we became tough. And we became slightly fearless. But this is the area we all grew up, and this gave us the energy to say, we are not going to go on the dole. We are not going to hang out and do heroin. We're going to do something with our lives.
I see 7 towers, but I only see one way out.
He says, I see 7 towers. There used to be 7 large towers. I think there's only 4 or 5 now. They're slowly knocking them down.
They don't surround themselves with yes people because they're surrounded by their friends and family. And when they do something that's kind of naff, as he puts it, his friends let him know. How do you say to Bono, that's not that great, what you're doing there?
I'll walk into a session, whether it's them making a recording or them working on their tour or making a video. They show it to me and I go, what the is that? I says, what, you think that's good? I says, I don't know what's going on here. I sort of go, doof. But that's just like old buddies just looking after each other's ass. But that's been like that since we've been that high.
In the 27 or so years that U2's been around, the definition of what it means to be a woman has changed a lot. But what I wanted to know from the guys was, what does it mean to be a man?
Wow, that's a great question. I think to really answer that question, you'd have to be more of a man than I am. Staying a child in the sense of vision, in the sense of what's possible in the world and with yourself and with your lover, your partner, your friends. But also then being man enough to be responsible for your actions and take on board the mistakes that you've made and something like that. Would be my version of being a man. A man is raw, should be raw enough to be vulnerable, but also strong enough to fight for your principles.
Is that the definition of an Irish male, then?
It's the definition of this Irish male. You'll have to go out and experiment for the rest of the evening now, Anna, and you can let us know.
When I look in the mirror, I don't see, you know, sort of somebody who's been in U2 for a long time and making music and success and all that. I don't see that. I see somebody who, you know, when I was, you know, 17, I ran away to the circus, and the circus was U2. That's what I do. I still do that. And, you know, you're talking about manly things. I mean, the manly things, I mean, I get shocked sometimes because I'm in U2, I've run away to the circus, it's brilliant, and somebody says, can you change a light bulb? And it's like, oh, that's what real men do. Because what I do in U2 is not what real men do. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
You bash things for a living.
I know I do. I hit things hard for a living.
They do like to drink with the locals. True to their entrepreneurial skills, they own it. Stick around for more U2 Dismantled after the break.